Good day, viewers. My name is Opeyoluwa Valentine Ayodele, and I'm a biology instructor. Today, I'm looking at the topic titled Response Response to External Stimulus. Response to external stimulus. External stimulus. Yes. Response to stimulus generally is called irritability. The ability of living organisms to respond to stimulus is called irritability, be it external or internal. Is one of the characteristics of living things. Yes. Now, what is stimulus? Stimulus is a change in the environment of an organism that can make it change its activity. Stimulus is a change in the environment of an organism that can make it change its activity. You can have external stimulus where you respond to the surroundings, then internal stimulus, the one that comes from within, the response to changes within the body. Yes. So, and stimulus are normally detected in the body by structures called receptors. Receptors. We call them receptors. They stimulate. In human beings, they are detected by receptors. Yes, receptors. What the receptors detect change and send it to appropriate structures that will bring about the response. Now, the structures that bring about the response are called effectors. Effectors. Yes. Effectors. Now, in human beings, receptors detect change, but in plants, the protoplasm is responsible for detecting the change. They have no special receptors. The protoplasm of the plant is responsible for the changes that take place. So now, there are three types of responses to external stimulus. The first one is nastic movement. Nastic movement. Number two, we have tropic movement. Number three, we have tactic movement. Tactic movement. So why we call them movement is because when stimulus occurs, we move either away or towards it. So it involves movement. So we take the first one now. The first one is nastic movement. This is the movement of parts of a plant. Parts of a plant to non-directional stimulus. Part of a plant to non-directional stimulus. It's coming from no particular direction. It's coming from no particular direction. Yes. For example, now, let's look at some organisms where this occur. Number one, closing of morning glory flower. Closing of morning glory flower due to low light intensity. Due to low light intensity. So the morning glory flower closing is low light intensity. Number two, folding of the leaflets. Folding of the leaflets of mimosa plant. Folding of the leaflets of mimosa plant when touched. When touched. Third one, closing of the leaflets of flamboyant. Flamboyant tree when touched. In the case of flamboyant tree, we call them slip movements. Slip movements. So all these responses are non-directional. Non-directional stimulus. Closing of the morning glory flower due to low light intensity. folding of the leaflets of my mimosa plant when touched, closing of the leaflets of flamboyant tree when touched. So this is nastic movement. Nastic movement, a non-directional stimulus. And we go to tropic movement, number 2. Tropic movement. Tropic movement. This is response to part of a plant to directional stimulus. Response of part of a plant to directional stimulus. The stimulus is related to the direction. So when we move towards, when the plants move towards the stimulus, it's called positive movement. When they move towards the stimulus, it's called positive movement. When they move away, it's called negative movement. So you can call negative stimulus negative movement. So we'll take some examples now. Number 1 is light. All of the stimulus is light. This is called phototropism. Phototropism. Yes, light. Phototropism. Now, in plants have two types of two groups. You have the shoots, the part of the plant above the ground, the shoot, the part of the plant above the ground, and the root. So the parts of the plant that show movements are the shoots and the roots. Now, for the shoots of plants now, they move towards the stimulus of light, while roots grow away from light. So the shoots of green plants now show positive phototropism. Positive phototropism. While the roots show negative phototropism. The next stimulus is gravity. Gravity, you all know gravity. The earth's pull upon the earth. So now, the shoot of the leaves, this gravity now is called geotropism. It's called geotropism. Geotropism. So the shoots show negative geotropism. And there's the rule that says when something goes up, it must come down. It must come down. So shoots grow away from gravity. That's called negative geotropism. While the roots show positive geotropism. The roots show positive geotropism. They go downwards. That's gravity. The third one is water. Water. This is called hydrotropism. The roots now. Roots, they show positive hydrotropism. They go towards water. Roots, water, positive hydrotropism. Those are the roots. The fourth one now is touch. Touch. This is called aptotropism or thigmotropism, as that's touch. Now, plants that show positive thigmotropism now. Positive thigmotropism. Positive thigmotropism. You can say tendrils, the tendrils of a climbing plant, like yam now. Tendrils of a climbing plant. You see, when you put a ridge like this, and you put a ridge of the soil, and you put a stick, what will happen to the yam? The yam leaf, it goes around the stick. That's called growing yam tendrils. It shows positive thigmotropism. Number 2 now, we have negative thigmotropism. That means, for example, a stone, a root, thigmotropism. When a stone inside the soil encounters, any root inside the soil encounters a stone, it grows away from it. That's negative stigmotropism. So now, the movements in plants are growth movements generally. Movement in plants are growth movements. They are to grow away or from away also. Then, but human beings move. Human beings are young motile organisms. Young motile, those that can move. They move away or towards the stimulus. So tropic movement. Tropic movement. Now the next one is tactic movement. The third one and the last one. Tactic movement. Tactic movement. This is also called taxis. Taxis. This involves the movement of the whole organism away or towards stimulus. The whole organism you move away. The whole organism moves. And it's common in motile organisms like amoeba, Chlamydomonas, Uvina. You can have the male sex cells like the sperm. Male sex cells like the sperm. An example of stimulus is light. Light. Phototaxis. Just like the tropism now, the direction of movement is related to the stimulus, It moves away if it's negative and it moves towards if it's positive. Now, this amoeba Chlamydomonas tends to move towards areas of low light intensity. They move towards areas of low light intensity. That's called positive phototaxis. While they move away from a region of high light intensity, maybe they might get damaged by the effect of the light. That's called negative phototaxis. Number 2, we have chemotaxis. We have chemicals. It's called chemotaxis. Chemotaxis. So plants can move. For example, now in most plants, the male sex cells moves towards the chemical stimulated by the egg cells. That's positive chemotaxis. Positive chemotaxis. And number 3, we have temperature. Temperature. This is called thermotaxis. Temperature. So bacteria normally swim from cold regions to warm regions. Yes, thermotaxis. Bacteria normally flows from cold regions to warm regions. From cold regions to warm regions. That's called positive you can have number 4. You can have water. Hydrotaxis. So movement towards areas of abundant water. Hydrotaxis. So we have light, phototaxis, we have chemicals, chemotaxis, we have temperature, thermotaxis, we have water, hydrotaxis. In order for the topics, if you remember, we talked about light. Number 2, gravity. Number 3, water. Number 4, touch. For phototropism. So we talked about the 3 movements of stimulus: static movement, non-directional stimulus or by part of a plant; tropic movement, directional stimulus by part of a plant; and tactic movement, also called taxis. Phototaxis. So this brings us to the end of today's class. See you in the next class.